All right, it's time for Breaking the News. I'm Kent Erdahl. Some big changes are coming to one of the state's largest races. Today, Twin Cities Marathon officials say yearly worries about heat have prompted them to move the race to mid-October. This year's marathon weekend is still set for October 2nd through the 4th, but starting next year, the marathon weekend will move back to October 17th. Tonight, Heidi spoke to race officials about the decision and looks at the data driving it.
Every year, tens of thousands of runners from across the world come to the Twin Cities in early October for Marathon Weekend. Hundreds of thousands come to watch. So you can imagine it was a tough call for organizers in 2023 when they canceled due to record-setting heat, a first in the race's history.
I and everyone else woke up early, and around 5:15 in the morning, we got an email saying there will be no race today. And if you remember, emotions ran the gamut. I am very sympathetic to the race organizers, but I think maybe this is something that we can adjust for the future.
Dan Tannenbaum wasn't the only one with that idea. Twin Cities in Motion started a multi-year review of Twin Cities Marathon Weekend, which has taken place on the first Sunday in October for the past 45 years.
It's been a process to really look at where we are today and trending, and then looking forward in the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years.
Dean Orton, Twin Cities in Motion president, says the review shows that moving it to mid-October gives organizers a much better shot at ideal weather for runners.
Even the slightest of lower temperatures, a little less humidity. When we talked with our medical community, they made it clear that these are meaningful gains.
Organizers spoke not only to the medical community, but public safety, tourism organizations, runners, and state climatologists, including Kenny Blumenfeld.
We already had a warming trend that began around 1970, affecting early fall, but there's been this kind of acceleration, almost like a greater upward tick that's really occurred in the last 3 decades.
Data shows the average temps for early October are trending warmer.
But on average, a typical, October 5th is now much warmer than a typical October 5th was just several decades ago.
The marathon weekend dates starting in 2027 will now fall between October 10th through the 17th.
We also looked at even fall colors. And over 45 years, that too has changed.
Possible peak fall colors, another plus when the weekend's economic impact is nearly $50 million.
They want to maximize the fun experience for everybody who participates.
Donna Minter just ran her first marathon at 68. She's now looking to run with a charity, the TC 10 Mile.
Why not move the date a little later in the fall to maximize the chances that the weather would be perfect? Because you really want it like 40 or 50 degrees is a great temperature for running a marathon or any race.
Now, if you're interested in this year's races, the 10-miler is already sold out. Some marathon spots are still available, but it's expected to sell out soon. KARE 11 is a sponsor of the Twin Cities Marathon and will be live streaming the race. We'll be right back.